Stop fucking committing crime. Bloody criminals.
What took you so long?
This was actually a track that really came together in the studio. We actually didn't have this one before going in. I feel like it has a slightly different tone than, say, like When You Know. I feel like this one is a little bit more somber, a little bit more played down, a little bit more kind of thought out and articulate. It sort of has that feel of being able to be on like a 90s movie soundtrack. And speaking of 90s movie soundtrack, it was actually a 90s movie that inspired the song title for this. I literally just wrote down What Took You So Long because it's from a movie called Singles, which our manager Leander actually suggested to me, and Amazon primed me the Blu-ray of it and was like, you need to watch it. And it basically chronicles the life of like a bunch of people who live in an apartment complex in Seattle, and there's like a bunch of grunge legends in it, like Alice in Chains are in it, Chris Cornell's in it, Pearl Jam are they're like in the movie. There's a scene in that where his love leaves him, and I'm not sure if she's pregnant or not. She looks pregnant when she leaves, and she comes back and she's not pregnant, and there's no baby, and maybe there is a baby. I don't know. It was a very confusing part, but she comes back from this hiatus in their relationship, and she comes back to this disheveled man who's completely lost it since she left, and she knocks on his door and gives him this whole speech, and he just replies and just says, "What took you so long?" I wrote down What Took You So Long just as an idea, and it kind of birthed this whole thing, really. And it's just really cool. It's a cheesy 90s love movie, and I think actually was the movie that inspired Friends, or the idea of Friends. You should check it out.
First time I think I'm feeling like somebody. I found some bliss in our insignificance.
There we go. So yeah, Jet is kind of coming out of his cerebral state of like questioning whether life is even real. Again, his attention turns to Alice, and this realization that there is the one good thing happening in his life, and if only he could have met her sooner, how things would have been different. Some really good lyrics in this, especially in the chorus. The chorus lyrics are, "For the first time I think I'm feeling like a somebody. I found some bliss in our insignificance. No question, no doubt about it. You are the difference, you are significant." That's cool because one of the very first like things that we talked about with this record, and like thematically talking about what we wanted this record to be about, was like purpose and significance, and how purpose and significance, whether they're really important things in somebody's life, whether that thing is, you know, really small, whether it's just like I mow the lawn for my neighbor, or I'm in love with someone, whatever it may be, purpose and significance can be great or small, but massively, massively important. And so this idea of significance being a theme in the record is like very, very pertinent, and it's when you kind of discover that significance or discover that purpose that kind of life starts to come back together. What took you so long? Where have you always been? You're so sharp. I love your disregard for anyone and everything. Basically saying she's a sassy bitch, and he loves it. This is the part I thought was really cool. Disruption of ourselves, sending energy, we are connecting now. We are connecting now was almost the title for this song. In new forms, in better ways, this intelligence is an epiphany. It's talking about their connection now that it feels like it's on a spiritual, cellular level almost. And it goes from that like cellular level again to a planetary scale. And the idea of epiphany is another big theme in the record, and eventually like epiphany, kind of enlightenment, kind of concept of realization that you have that allows you to break through.